Good morning. It's Friday, June 13th, and I'm Ted Keith with your morning Buzzcast. The second day of the Brand Innovation Summit in Chicago yesterday was built around key themes of how to go beyond just getting a contract done and instead building an ongoing and constant conversation. There were discussions about the upcoming World Cup and next-gen content. Dan Katz of Barstool Sports, known as Big Cat, said authenticity is key. When you let us be us, you find that the results are there because people don't want to be sold to constantly, he said. Obviously, we're running a business and they're running a business. You have to sell to people, but it's how you sell to people, I think, changes how people view it and whether they get involved or not. Among those in attendance, the Aflac Duck, that's Mr. Affleck to you and me, who made the 14-hour trip to Chicago, as well as the Pop-Tarts Toaster Trophy. I'll have a strawberry one, please. For more about the Brand Innovation Summit, check out all our content on sportsbusinessjournal.com. This is one of the biggest times of year on the sports calendar. The NBA and NHL are having their final series, and men's golf is staging one of its 4 majors with the U.S. Open at Oakmont. But we'll start with soccer, where the NWSL announced its 2025 championship match will take place at PayPal Park in San Jose, home to second-year league member Bay FC and MLS's San Jose Earthquakes. Bay FC has been a major success for the league, setting a record with a $53 million expansion fee in 2023 and drawing over 13,000 fans in its first season last year. The title game will air on CBS, and Google Pixel will again be the game's presenting sponsor. Over in hockey, last night, the Edmonton Oilers pulled out an overtime win against the Florida Panthers to tie the Stanley Cup final at 2 games each. Florida led 3-0 early, and Edmonton became the first team ever to dig itself out of such a hole at the end of the first period and come back to win, though it didn't happen without an extra bit of drama. Edmonton went ahead 4-3 in the third period, only to have Florida tie the game at 4 with 19.5 seconds left, before Leon Draisaitl scored the game winner in OT for Edmonton. It was the third overtime game of the series so far, which is building toward a dramatic finish between these teams for the second year in a row. In other words, it's setting up as the perfect capper to a strong year for the NHL. Last year's Game 7, won by Florida, drew 7.7 million fans on ABC, the most viewed game on record for a non-original 6 game. The drama of this series is setting up for another potentially huge number, this time for TNT, which has the rights to the Cup final. The final could get a boost of attention from other ways, too. Last night, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were in attendance at Amerant Bank Arena. Will the Swift effect help bring a record number of eyeballs to the season's final few hockey games? That would certainly be in TNT's wildest dreams. The NHL made headlines elsewhere last night, too. Georgia's Forsyth County Commission approved a $3 billion mixed-use development called The Gathering at South Forsyth that includes an 18,000-seat arena suitable for hosting an NHL team. The league has not had a team in the Atlanta area since the Thrashers moved to Winnipeg in 2011. The NHL has not made any decision regarding future expansion, and at 32 teams it already is tied with the NFL for the most of any North American league. But of course, its 25 U.S.-based teams is the fewest among the NFL, NBA, NFL, MLB, and MLS. Over in the NBA, Game 4 of the Finals is tonight in Indianapolis, and the viewership picture is much different than that in the NHL. Before Game 3, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "People compare us to 20 years ago, but these Games 1 and 2 so far are the highest-rated programs in May and June on television, and if something beats us, it will be another sports program. 20 years ago, we often didn't win the night when the finals were on, but the absolute rating is lower now," end quote. Game 3 rebounded a little bit, drawing 9.19 million viewers on ABC, a 5% increase over Game 2. And the series as a whole is now averaging just under 9 million, though that's still down 23% from last year's series between the Celtics and Mavericks. This series has not been quite as dramatic as its hockey counterpart, but if it goes a distance, ratings are sure to rise. The NBA has not had a 7-game finals in 9 years. The U.S. Open got underway at Oakmont yesterday, and in addition to the treacherous course, the biggest storyline for the USGA this weekend might be the ongoing media rights negotiations. CEO Mike Wan said the level of interest is high, but added, quote, "We're not to the point yet where we're close. We're months away, not weeks away, from figuring out what the future is." Current rights holder NBC is in the mix, as are CBS and ESPN. CAA Evolution is advising the USGA on its search. Established leagues are dominating the headlines this week, but startup leagues are making news as well. Reuters reported this morning that the World Bowling League, which has backing from accomplished bowler and MLB superstar Mookie Betts, will launch with 6 franchises in the first quarter of next year. The sport is played by almost 200 million people each year. I'll be at a bowling lane myself this weekend. So it's no surprise the league has global ambitions. As Reuters reported, the league is in the advanced stage of finalizing franchises in Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and India. Turning to cricket, Major League Cricket launched its third season yesterday as 5,126 people showed up at the Oakland Coliseum to watch the San Francisco Unicorns face the Washington Freedom. If you're curious, that's more people than the Oakland A's drew to that ballpark on 20 different occasions last year. In fact, this could be a big weekend for MLB attendance. Its Players' Weekend in mid-May drew a total crowd of 1,608,475 and an average attendance of 35,744. Making it the best attended weekend prior to Memorial Day in 13 years. This weekend could see another huge figure. It's Father's Day, and school is now out for the summer in most places across the country, including, happily, for my kids. Whether you're going to a ball game or watching sports on TV or just enjoying beautiful weather with your family, SBJ would like to wish all of you a happy Father's Day. We hope you enjoy a day of relaxation, sunshine, and perfect putting. This has been Buzzcast for June 13th. I'm Ted Keith. We'll talk to you next week.